Okay, this is the final trailer for Michael, the movie. As a Michael fan, yes, as a Michael defender, as a Michael Jackson impersonator, I'm very nervous to see this movie. Because what we want from what we think is necessary from a movie, a Michael Jackson movie, is not to go over his career as an artist, because that's been done over and over and over again. We all know, even my 8-year-old nephew knows about the Jackson 5 and how he used to be the basics, right? What the general public needs to know about MJ is to clear up the lies and the misconceptions about the false allegations, about crap he went through with the Sony ATV catalog acquisition, and how they tried to destroy him, how the last years of his life, they tried to destroy his image by the multiple accusations, and also try to force him into ruin so he could sell the Sony ATV catalog. How his final months, because of the This Is It, being forced to tour, basically is what killed him out of exhaustion, because he was not physically capable of touring. They were just trying to squeeze him. How almost every single person of his confidants were just out to use him. That's what should be touched on, because that's what people don't know about his life. Not the, hey, look, here he is trying to break when he was a little kid, ABC. Oh, there he is trying to, grow into his own artist. No, we don't need to see the Pepsi commercial. We don't need to see the first moonwalk. We don't need to see all of that. We know that already. Okay? The only tribes in Africa know about him. Show us the realities. Anyways, final movie trailer for Michael. Boom.
Just have all these songs in my head. Just gotta get them out.
Victory. Quincy.
I'm just getting started.
Bubbles.
This is what I was put on earth to do.
The music.
You can let your light shine into the world.
I like the epic trailer version of the music. Okay, well, that was the trailer. Again, we don't need to see the things we already know. But again, here's the thing. I've heard that the same people that screwed him over in levels, from his ex-managers to family members, who they are, to, corporate shithead suits from Sony, because they're all the people that used him are basically making the movie, so they're not going to shine a light against themselves. So again, I've heard that there's probably going to be a second movie. I hope, but even though that does happen, I don't even know that that's actually we are ever gonna see any light shined towards the darkness to get his name cleared up, because that's what we need. We don't need those people who use them to get money to get paid again. But the one thing we could do as Michael fans, Michael Jackson defenders, is that hopefully this movie will get people to ask questions like, hey, didn't that happen? And we could be there to answer and give objective answers to the most controversial questions. Also, controversial things aside, I wish they would actually, I mean, the movie's not out, maybe, but I don't think they will. I wish they would include cameos of people that had kept the Michael Jackson name alive, the property, the music, his image alive, like Michael Trapson, the Detail, SWG. Like, there's so many like internet personalities that have kept the Michael Jackson name and image fresh, not just alive, but fresh. Way better than the actual Michael Jackson. ¿Cómo se le dice? How do you say the estate? Way better than the Michael Jackson actual estate ever did. So it'd be cool if they actually had these people cameo. Just be like, oh my God, there's straps in. Oh yeah, like, you know, if they would have had the person running the single white glove channel to do the music, to do the transitions, because that person, my God, if you haven't heard that music, those versions of those songs are just like this trailer. The music for this trailer is actually good, but that other person, those edits that they've done, is just again, it feels like this. You know what this feels like? It feels like the Michael Jackson Wii. Remember the Wii game, the MJ Michael Jackson Wii game? It was full of songs and dance moves that felt like they weren't made by someone who actually knew Michael Jackson or was a fan of him. They just had like a bunch of random things put together, and that's what this kind of movie feels like. It just feels like it's a movie for general audiences who just, there he is, Michael Jackson, there he is, moonwalk. But like, if this movie was actually, I wish it was actually for the fans, like, you know, having memes like the I love to tour thing, or the Applehead jokes, you know, for actual fans. Because yes, it's Michael Jackson, people are gonna see it anyways, but what about the people who have been following and defending for years, you know, the actual Appleheads? You know, that movie should also be part of the community, not just like, here's for generic public. How about, you know, us, the people who have been, you know, keeping the name alive for years and decades now. Like, it's always like the actual fans who are never actually appreciated. It's always like the general public. So anyways, again, the movie's not out yet. We're still gonna go see it, and if it's messed up, if they go down a different route, then the best thing we can do as audience members is defending it. Again, I am a feature filmmaker. This is me reacting to a movie trailer, but I'm also a audience member, most importantly. Hope the movie studios will listen to what we want, since we have the money.